ago or something, and that was a really fun game with the grappling hook, boxing glove,
Oh shit.
and that's
I'm
in the
holding B
cartoon.
here.
I think we're going now.
You can grab this shell.
It's a bit ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
this red
good luck,
pearl.
AngryLanks.
All right, enjoy.
Pearl is a power-up that allows Ariel to bubble things with one hit instead of two. So that's really important. I'm going to move here to manipulate this fish. That went pretty smoothly. Oh no, I don't know if I got the timer started right. Oh, here we go, yeah. A bad movement there. That's okay though. So stay at the top here to dodge these stars. Move down just a little bit. If you move too much, you lose a lot of time in this game, so you want to reduce movement. I'm going to try to manipulate the pattern here. I'm going to hesitate, move in, up. Good, I got it. Two fish, hit the shark, bubble this one over here on the left, and you want to wait so the bubble will rise up into her. If you grab it early, it'll kill the fish. And I waited to bubble, or to throw that third bubble, so the fourth fish would spawn at a good time. And then I moved to the top of the screen to grab that item. Here I'm holding an A. That makes the score count down faster. And I'm going to hold and start to skip the cutscene. Alright, so this is the level that leads up to everybody's least favorite boss. That boss being the Eels. The Eels are really tough. They do take a lot of skill, but they also have a lot of RNG. The reason the fight is so hard is that the Eels themselves have RNG, but so do the items, the crabs that you need to throw at them. They're like the ammo. They don't like to cooperate. Sometimes they won't stand up and you can't bubble them. So I'll try to explain it the best as I can do it when I get there. So there was a real subtle movement, which was nice. That saved some time. Like I said before, Ariel loses tons of time with her movements. So you're going to grab a shell right here. Just hold in forward now, you're good to go. Alright, so here we have the eel fight. Let's see what kind of pattern we get. Okay, so this is my least favorite pattern. You always want to be positioned in between the crabs and bubble two of them. This causes more crabs to fall. Wow, this is really unlucky. Actually, I'm getting a bad fight here. So this is not a good showcase of how this fight should go, unfortunately. You gotta be aware of where the other crabs are falling. See? Okay. Yep, that went pretty okay. It's a lot to explain in that fight. It's a little tricky, but you get the gist. You want to target one eel at a time if you can and do one cycles on each, but it didn't pan out. I had a bad pattern, so what can you do? At the fate of RNG once again. This is actually my least favorite boss in the game on this level. The walrus takes no skill, but he can really screw over your runs, so everybody that runs this game really hates the walrus. Alright, so this level's pretty straightforward. You have to bubble this guy. That way you can hit this ice block. And you will see this game is kind of unique in a sense. Even though it's a water game, you do leave the water occasionally and hop around, which is kind of cool, I thought. I'm going to grab that shell. Here's a cool trick. Get this shell, and if you throw it right, like this, you can grab it. And it's kind of like a safety strat in a way. So it not only does it look cool, because you get the shell swag, but it can stop that ice block from hurting you, because sometimes it falls faster. And if you get the fast pattern, that shell will actually stop the ice block from hitting you. Alright, so let's see. My fate is in this jerk's hands now. I want shells and not ice cubes. You can do up to 3 ice cubes on each side, which is the worst pattern, and it costs a lot of time. So I'm going to throw one shell, and I'm going to just bring this one to the left. And he's already being a jerk, so here comes the second ice cube. I bet I get all 3 on the right, so that's the worst pattern that could have happened on the right side. We'll see how many ice cubes I get here on the left. Maybe it will go better. I'm going to go ahead and throw, grab this next one. I don't throw until an item falls, because that animation kills time. So if you hit him before something falls, then it delays the animation. So better RNG on the left side, but 4 ice blocks is not ideal. I lost a lot of time there. Holding an A again to skip the points, and I'm going to hold it to start to skip the cutscene. That was something I didn't know when I started running this game, actually, which was kind of funny. So you just move slightly down at the start here, that way you can go under these these volcano eruptions. And this is one of the hardest parts of the game right here, this little shrimp manipulation. You move to the left, and then cut back. Staying on the right's faster than going all the way left there. And if you line Ariel up right here, you can just hold in right all the way across, don't have to move at all. Which is important, because, like I said, you don't want her moving around too much, you lose a lot of time. There are lots of really easy visual cues to use in this game, actually, so I'm going to come and hit her head on this ledge on purpose. I'm going to take damage here on purpose, this is faster. by lining up with that ledge back there, I was able to go straight through. This is another boss that can really kill a run, and there's not much skill involved with this fight. You just bubble fish and hope that you don't get urchins, because they are not ammo and the fish are ammo. There's an urchin. So you don't want those guys, they suck. But this was a great pattern. I couldn't have asked for a better pattern than this. And then grab that, and you're good to go. Already at the last stage, very short game. There's nothing very difficult about this game when it comes down to it. It's hard to speedrun when you start getting times that are less than 7 minutes and 10 seconds, but this would be a great game for somebody to learn. It'd be an easy one to learn as a speedrun. This is the last level, like I said. This is like a bit of an underwater maze. But you see that one's eyes are glowing? So you just go in those three like that, just real quick. I'm going to try a strat here that's really tricky. It's a pillar skip. See if I can get it. Nope, didn't get it. So if you do it right, you'll actually just hop across the top of those pillars, not going in the water in the middle, which costs time because of the animation she has when she does enter the water. I'm going to get all the way flush with the top of this doorway, and that way I get easy access into this doorway here without getting hit. That right there is a tight squeeze, so it's really important to not get hit in this game as well, because you want to be able to take hits on these boss fights, so if you get hit on a level, that can be bad. And yet again, this is a very RNG heavy fight. Sometimes she won't give you any ammo, it's awful. She's 6 hits, so I think this is the last hit. Yep, so that was a really good fight actually. I'm really impressed that this fight went that well. And we're already at the last boss fight here. This is also RNG heavy. So 7 hits on the 7th hit will be when time ends. Let's see how this goes. Basically, Ursula just manipulates the currents and you try to bubble the fish. 3 hits right off the bat, that's good. So 5, that's pretty good. 6 would have been ideal. I need 2 more fish to end this. So last hit right here, 7. Boom. Done. Pretty quick game to run, and that was actually a pretty decent run for a marathon, I'd say. Not the best time, but good for a marathon for sure. Since the record's 6:50, let's see what it ended at here. I'm just gonna look at the playback and see what I got. Yeah, 7:02. That's really good in a marathon run, so I'm happy with that. Couldn't have asked for a better run. Thanks for all the GGs, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on. This is my first time being involved with the Best of NES Marathon, so huge thanks to Bad Breaks and Dexter. I really appreciate it. And I don't actually recall what's next on the schedule, so I apologize for that. But thank you for watching, everyone. Definitely going to eat a Pumpkin Delight after that run. That was good.